Hi everyone, I'm Max from the Max team, and tonight I am with Rane. How are you?
Hi, how is everyone doing? I'm really glad of being here casting this incredible tournament with not only incredible player but a production casting team and all in one. Max, thank you for having me here.
Thanks. It's my pleasure to have you here for this round 4 of the Max League 5 involving tonight PocketTrain, British player versus Jarla, the Czech Grandmaster, and then we'll have wiRer from Luxembourg versus Orange, Swedish player. I guess you know all these amazing players. What do you think about them? Maybe you have one of them that you are fan of.
Well, I must say that I have none of them is from the region I used to cast, which
Yeah,
is Americas, but I have casted Jarla a couple of times. He's been in Worlds sometimes, and some
yeah.
others and Masters Tours events. So I'm really happy to be here. I for the first match from Jarla against Pocket Train, if he doesn't ropes too much, I'll go with Jarla. I'll go with him.
But for now, we have no such priest decks as before.
Uh,
So we will
that is
end
true.
before the night.
That is true. That is true. I remember studying the third GM region and being after perhaps Bunny Hopper versus Jarla, and that you can have a rest. You can have a just a nap, eat something, go for a walk, and just they'll be on game two already.
Yeah, and sometimes we have the opposite on the Max TV with players playing so fast that we think that they are waiting for the pizza delivery and they have to win their games very fast. Okay, so
Well, the
yeah,
meta
go.
hasn't changed much, but we do have some new decks, some new cards at least
Yeah,
entering with the last mini set.
yeah, we see the lineups in a few seconds. Just before this, we'll have the group match, starting with the first one, the Group B, and you see that Yala and Pocket Train are now at 3-0, very well placed in this ranking, because only the two first players will reach the top 8 playoffs after the 7 rounds. So they are there, but the man who will lose tonight may be overtaken by Thugi or Alutemu, who just won versus Otani on this fourth round, and
Interesting.
maybe a Lightning and Eden Prod.
Yes, it's not like a turning point. It's not like a win and in. But if you are facing a tournament, a round robin tournament, and you have halfway through a 4-0 perfect score, okay, you're in the good side of the things. So this matchup is important for that. And while Doctor Boom slides on my back, I want to say that it's also I think the names answer for their scores. Not only I talked about Jarla, but you mentioned before we started some interesting facts about Pocket Train and his good results in the Masters Tours, and also being the runner-up for the LAN
Yeah,
Max
the Max,
tournament.
yeah, the Max Land 3 won by Ferry Hunter 1 month ago, and Pocket Train was there in the final with a very good run. And then, as I said, the last Master Tour in the top 16, so it's a very good player. And we are going to check the lineups right now, if you're okay. So I'm displaying it, starting with Yala. Yala is bringing just a second here. Oh, okay, you're back.
Jarla, it's bringing Demon Hunter, Rogue, Mage, and Warlock.
Yeah,
Mage has been rising up in popularity, I think, from at least for what I'm seeing in ladder. I'm not sure of Conquest lineup, Last Hero Standing lineups, but that should be something fun to watch for during this two series, I think.
yeah. Major is back in popularity with this mini set out, and it's funny to see that there are no new cards in it, I guess.
No,
But yeah,
actually, they are not. But I think sometimes what a deck needs to be good again or excel again is for the meta to change, not to change
Yeah,
itself. So that's I think that's what we're seeing here.
yeah. And it's interesting to notice that is bringing Mactheridon in this mage, and
Yes.
I like this this kind of stuff. So we see. And for your information, both rogues have been banned in the lineup. So this Demon Hunter here, a Notiki one, with also another Mactheridon. Okay, he loves the cards that much, and
Yes.
and the rogue, the rogue won't be seen, so I don't comment it. Okay, and what is for this warlock? Is it any new cards?
Yes, it's not a new archetype, but it has like more like a Suish approach. You
Hmm.
have like flame imps. You have the new card, the Shadow Blaze Slinger, which is like a price planter for Warlock. Someone
Hmm.
mentioned that before, and it's all about the tempo. You have your Bloodbound Imp, so you discount the giants one or twice with the same draw engine that we saw Su one a couple of metas ago with Nightshade Matron and Hand of Gul'dan, and an
Yeah.
interesting inclusion of Temps in Rome and some shadow spells to back up the quest. I
Yeah.
think for some slower matchups, but it's an interesting build that I saw Noah's Gamer playing it to top 100 legend last week, so it should be good.
Yeah, it's a mix between the zoo and the quest unlock warlock, because you have also the bristleback in it. It's not that often that you see this card
Yes, that's
in the
true.
same deck that flame imp.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you want to go deep, but how often are you gonna go to 10 cards, the bottom 10 cards in your deck for that to be? Oh, but I mean, well, Jarla has some pretty good draw with not only Hand of Gul'dan but also the
Mm.
Backfire. Backfire has been
Yeah.
staple in Warlock since it came out, I think.
Yeah, it's a very interesting list. I can't wait to have it in action. But for now, we are displaying the Pocket Trains lineup with Demon Hunter as well, a rogue, a warrior, and a shaman. Shaman, I guess we will see a shaman with a wiRer in the second match as well, because he loves it. Okay, so no rogue
Yes.
because has been banned. I guess it's a pretty similar Demon Hunter list.
Yes,
Okay.
what I would put my focus on is in the shaman list, the new quest shaman, which has
Mm-hmm.
nothing in particular besides the multicaster. I think this card
Mm.
just excels in the archetype. You have like three school spells to just put a 3/4 on board, drawing 3 for 4 mana. A deck that sometimes struggled with card draw. I think this inclusion is really, really good. And I've seen some aggro players or some mid-range players like Pizza who likes going
Mm-hmm.
tempo and going forward playing this very similar list on top legend ladder. So I think this can be I don't want to say a meta breaker, but something that will work on different lineups for the time being until well next expansion need us or maybe a
Yeah.
balance change. Who knows?
And we have Cookie the Cook as well, the new Murloc, 2 3 4
Yeah, that's
3,
true.
a legendary one. And we see that for this multicaster, we have different kind of spells. So it's nature, and we have fire, and also arcane. Uh, I'm not sure you pronounce it arcane, but it's a French way.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, a Cookie the Cook. That was a card that I just slept on, but I'm not sure how well it works. I think it's a 2 3 4 3 with a positive death rattle. I mean, the Demon Hunter plays the same just without the body, just
Mm.
for the weapon, and it's I don't know. I think it's a decent minion that will help the shaman trying to overcome some more aggressive matchups now that Perpetual Flame was nerfed to mana, so that it can give some extra sustain over there.
Yeah.
Uh,
It reminds me old rogue card like a fork, and you add a weapon 2/3 in Death Rattle as well, but
yes,
with no lifesteal.
but it wasn't was. Did you equip it or it went to your hand? I'm not sure that part.
Ah,
Because
maybe in
I
your end.
remember that
Yeah, I guess it was in your
that's
end.
I think that's the power creep we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
No, I mean there are different classes and all the stuff. Rogue has access to weapons, and you cannot give a rogue healing because it will outburst you. But that makes you start thinking and comparing cards like 2 years ago. That was I think that was.
Yeah.
The expansion Karasan. I'm not sure the name in English, but the one
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the dances and the
A
teapots and all
19,
the stuff.
19
Nighting
Kazakhstan,
Karasan. Yeah, that's right. And now we're seeing Cookie the Cook with just the body, the weapon,
the
life
lifesteal.
steal. I mean, well,
Okay.
it's in the shaman class, so you cannot give. There's does it even exist a card which is too overpowered when it's put in the shaman class? I think
Ah,
with the shell,
yeah.
with the poor shell it has, it's you're in the safe place there.
We'll see it into action. I hope so. And oh, it's already 9 o'clock, and we are going to give the players the go. So, Jarla, it's okay.
Okay, and
You
remember,
can
folks, you
start.
have the commands on chat to cheer for your favorite players. Command top or command bottom,
That's
if
it.
I
That's
recall
it.
correctly. You can cheer for your favorite players and let us know here in the casting booth which is your preference. While we're waiting gently for Jarla and PocketTrain to start their matches, let's hear from you. What's your favorite players? Remembering both rogues are banned, and there's a warrior there, Mr. Smite Warrior, a card that has been, I don't want to say in the eye of the storm, but it was kind of like owning the meta in the first weeks. Let's see how it performs here at the top level competition.
Yeah, and we can say that despite the mini set, Rogue is still here. Demon Hunter is still here with quite the same list. So very very impressive decks, still strong, and the players so have banned both the Rogue,
Yeah.
but we have new decks and new lineups. It's the first time we see it, and in the second match we see other lineups very different, and the match
Yeah.
starts right now. PocketTrain at the bottom of your screen and Jarla at the top.
Okay, victory or death. This ends now. It's time to get ready to rumble. Let's see. Let me think at the top of my head because this matchup we should know. It hasn't changed a
Yeah.
lot since the Dead Minds miniset. Let me check for different cards. Besides, let's see. No, there's not. There's a new draw engine for Demon Hunter, but it's not in there. The Mr. Smite might come in handy for extra reach when PocketTrain finishes his quest, because you can give charge to the minion,
Yeah.
the giant salmon, so there's some extra potential there. Jarla, not the best card, not the best hand to start, right?
Yeah, it's not really good and here having this Ignoth that early, but his opponent is in a best spot here with all these pirates in hand. And this list is quite popular. We forgot to talk about earlier, but we really have this pirate warrior, quest warrior on ladder right now, and it's interesting to
Yeah,
have both quest and Mr. Smite as winning conditions.
yes, I think it's a good synergy because even if you draw it from at the beginning of the game, it's still at 6/5 for 6 mana, giving some upside and being just you have to kill it because if not, the Pirate Warrior might kill you from hand. It's quite a good threat, and on top of that, you have the payoff of being able to give charge to extra pirates when you already finish the quest. Right now, talking about the quest, Jarla is stepping on it, getting the first part done, but again, no card draw in hand for him.
Okay. Oh, this glide very early in the game, and then already taking the quest, the first part. And I like very much this because I'm playing this deck right now on ladder. This weapon, so in English it's whetstone hatchet, is very interesting in the deck. I like it.
Yes, it's a flexible weapon that can also start buffing your pirates once you have a charge mechanic in hand. Being able to buff any pirates like the Bloodside Raider, for example, which is also a cheap pirate that you can buff not only from hand but with a weapon equipped. So I think this is kind of the reasons why some weapons came back into play. This is one of the least I expected. There is I've seen the tradable one, which is also like a draw engine used in some lists. So there is still room for improvement. And is there room for any solution here? Are you just throwing Mactherion without any ways to activate it next turn?
You have the mana for it, and you have nothing else to do, but you give 3/1/3 to your opponent. Okay. Okay, he chose to do so.
I mean, this could work as like a yellow sign for PocketTrain. Maybe seeing this, he prevents from developing further into the board. Well, while I see these, he just grabs this stone mole anchorman and throws into the board, I guess. Not mattering because he's, completing the quest. But still, it could mean that, okay, I'll clear the board next turn and have a 12/12. Just do not commit any further. PocketTrain didn't call the bluff.
Yeah, I didn't take the bait. That's it. Okay, is it something you can do here with this I-beam? Maybe on the end command, but yeah, I guess you want to.
You want the healing. You want to. Denying the card draw is, I think, the less relevant part. I think the most important is the healing in, removing pressure from the board. Jarla is not only facing this board, which is a threat, but he doesn't have any follow-up or any answers. So I think that's why he's reacting sooner than later.
And is thinking about his play right now. We can see on cam. We're thinking. Oh, he wants to involve this Arcanist as well. Okay.
For max healing, maybe.
Yeah, I guess
it's not a bad idea. I think.
Okay.
This is the best he can do, but I'm not sure if it will be enough. I mean, being on 25 feels fine, but what do you have to do for next turn? You have to pray for that tradable Death Rattle to bring you card draw, to give you Spectral Sights, or something like that. If not, you won't be able to keep on game much longer. And this might be the place where the Pirate Warrior Giants were like playing like as a mid-range deck. It can just keep building pressure after pressure and not leave the Demon Hunter just complete the quest. We must also say mention that Jarla has missed the whole card draw, and yep,
It was interesting to
That
have
cannonball.
the cannonball to 4 damage. I didn't realize it will be this with the Morgue Artificer. Okay. Okay. I was thinking it was only the spells, but okay.
No,
okay.
I mean it's also damage. It counts from a spell because the damage comes from the quest.
Yeah.
So since the quest is a spell, it's not as intuitive as probably it should be, but at least it works as intended.
Yeah.
Somehow. And now Jarla gets that Valkyrie blast, but it's not enough. I think Jarla is thinking about hero power and taking one of the acolytes down, and then
Wow.
praying to get some more and a second Arcanist in order to clear the rest, the other two. This is not enough, but at least it helps stabilizing.
And we had a very good
Slowly, steady.
placement from PocketTrain with this
Yes.
the South Sea captain in the middle of the water.
And that
Okay,
is true. It's not easy to play around that. And this
is it lethal? Yeah, it's a lethal.
It's over. This is over. Well, this might came in handy to close the game. It seems like new Leroy. It's taking the lead, and Max League number
5.
Number 5. Sorry,
Yeah,
4 is the round. I'm just
Yeah,
numbers are just messing in my head.
Oh, and it's one of our PocketTrain, and we won't see this Demon Hunter anymore because we are in LHS format, and the deck has been eliminated. Okay.
Exactly. We tell the audience if they were not paying attention closely, like some players, maybe sometime. This format, this tournament is playing in last hero standing, so you have to defeat your opponents. Like, it doesn't mean you have to win with every of your own decks. So that gives some space to some, like, at least some meta picks or some niche picks, trying to bring some special decks, and also trying to bring the best ones available, because you need to counter things, but you need to have the like an overall pretty good lineup. And now we're talking about special decks, a new one.
Yeah, the Warlock we saw earlier, very special, as you mentioned, because it's almost zoo, almost control, and the wall quest. So we'll see what happens with this deck.
Let's see. I'm wondering if I was about to mention this. If you coin the Bloodbone Imp, I remember when the quest first came, and there was a subversion of the quest Warlock, in which if you could tempo out the imp, then you could, since it was not a battle cry, it's an effect, you can just play the quest on 2, get the ticks, then play also the flame imp, and now we have some good stats ahead. And for PocketTrain, there is some answers also over there. Will he use this provoke? Interesting. It denies the take of the quest, because the Warlock quest requires the damage to be done during your turn. So though that damage was just free for PocketTrain, no upsides over there. But I mean, we already see that Jarla has the Manari Mosher. That is a pretty good source to get your life total back up.
Okay, and we have this this card involved in the list, this Bloodbound Ape, that can help you to complete the quest as fast as you can, but to reach your death as fast as you can as well. So you have to be very very interesting weapon here. You have to be caution with this card. Okay. And we saw in the previous game that thanks to the weapon, the Mr. Smite has been buffed twice, as I guess, and it was 8-5 in charge. So
Yeah.
the Thol is passed by this weapon as well. Okay, Pluxis.
It was a. There were two lines there. The Shadow Blade Slinger could have come in handy, but it meant doing a slow turn with a backfire. Maybe Jarla is trying to put the most stats on board as fast as possible. Since this is not that much of a combo deck, but of a tempo deck, and it's been out-tempoed by the Pirate Warrior. How strong is the Stormwind Freebooter against board-based decks, right? 3-4 with an upside of clearing a 2 health minion has been put in some work here.
Okay, I have an issue with the stream. I'll let you cast it just a second. I'm
No
gonna fix
problem.
this.
I'll be trying to fill up the air while our one-man team takes care of the stream, the broadcast, and the game. We're seeing what we were talking about. PocketTrain trying to invest as much as he can on stats, and that is not only minions, it's also investing his life total, since he's been like taking down minion after minion, either with the attack from the battle cries or from the weapon, and is doing quite a good job. The quest is not much about playing Rokara, but you need to be ahead on board. Right now, it's setting up lethal, and I think there is no way to prevent it except if the matron gets something. Nursery Sim Touch could do it, eliminating a bit of the damage in front, and also healing. Probably the Drain Soul will be more mana efficient. I'm not sure if he wants to put on top of it Flaming for stats, just paying 3 health into that. I think playing around Mr. Smite is correct. I don't think you cannot play around anything by this time. You need to choose what cards are beating you at this time. It's not that there's a safest play, because also you need to figure how are you winning this game, not only how are you surviving this turn, because in the long run, if you leave a really small board, Rokara will come to the board, and that's not only for the battle cry. It's a 7/7 over there, and I'm not sure if it would be easy to handle. Let's see how.
I almost fixed this. The Hearthstone didn't display on the stream. I don't know why, so I make it appear again. And now, guys, I assume that you are very happy to see the games right now. What do you think about that? What do you think?
Oh, I mean, this would have there was like a next level casting requirement. I mean, we're doing radio Hearthstone right now. I hope we just told you the best we could for the first game, because right now the second game is about to end. Jarla is feeling the pressure. Manari Mohar is over there, but the Bristleback with Tamsim. Is this the comeback play? It's getting out of reach with a giant on board.
Okay, so we have this Juggernaut. Sorry, but I was not really in the game because of this very nice bug of Streamlabs. I had Hearthstone displayed on Streamlabs, but stuck on the splash screen. And as I was seeing the games on my other computer, other monitor, it didn't apply on the overlay, and I don't know why the first time. So I like it. I like the IT computer, and so far. Okay,
The
so do
price we
you?
pay for a one-man
Yeah,
team.
I like the cannoneer is. You
Yeah,
want to
it's a
deal with
great
this?
it's a great card because it's super powerful, and also it can get rid of this
Oh,
Bloodshed Bristleback without giving the lifesteal effect. I guess now he
uh,
can't.
you can have a taunt, a 4/4 taunt, using a rancor here, but it doesn't want to. Okay, would have been interesting to get more armor as well.
Yes, I was thinking about that, playing the Rancor, but right now, let's see, is there any kind of lethal? It's not, because it's the only. There's no any further reach without demons on the board. Now, Jarla could just take the 50-50 with the Nightshade Matron, not discarding the Manari Washer. I mean, it's a 1 in 3 actually, not a 50-50. But on the other hand, he could go with Bristleback, trading with the Giant, and the Nazareth touches from the Nazareth team to clear a big chunk of the board. I mean, whole board. Not a big
Yeah.
chunk. It's everything right now. This is pretty big.
Yeah, and
PocketTrain just has one card to get back and the value from the Giant, but how are we on the resource department? Will the Giant be able to keep up with Warlock hero power?
and with it that the addition of these two Britas back in the deck can help Jarla to get back and wait for his quest to be completed. Interesting.
That's true. It's really good that what you paint, what you're talking about, because Jarla went really low, and this is not hand Warlock. It doesn't have that much sustain, but with Tamsin, that touch of the Nadrasims, and also the Bristlebacks, it got the sustain to be alive just enough to play the Giant, to have the Giant on board, and now, ha. The Bloodcell Raider. I mean, this is a dream. A 9 attack Bloodcell Raider. Can it get better than that?
I don't think so. I don't think there are weapon having more attack than this one that's got all. Not sure about that. But except if you play a rogue. A Ripper
Right.
Rogue.
You can play Weapon Rogue. You
Yeah.
found the trick already. Let's see. That Nature Matron is something you need to do. The question is if you do it before a hero power or if you're putting a race dead on the pool. You would love to give the lifesteal, but you cannot right now because
Yeah.
I mean it's the best,
You have
the most expensive card in your hand
Yeah.
is the Money More.
You have to play Race Dead before it, or draw, and hope having something casting more than 3.
Another Marsher, the Giant would be good, but I mean it's not a discard. You can play Tamsin. Is suicidal?
Okay, so
Well, a Giant is always good. You play Tamsin, and you just
Okay.
cross your fingers that this will be enough. Because
and now we're talking.
Whoa, 15.
Okay, with this inclusion, let Jarla win the game. And still no Mr. Smite. 14 cards left in the deck. It's only
The
6 on
Canyoneer
Jarla's
can
one.
represent 7 damage. It could
Yeah.
potentially. Well, every turn you're setting up lethal with Giant on board, right? The Juggernaut is. It can always give you another Gore Howl or something nasty, like a charged minion, for example, Mr. Smite from it. So it's not that hard to close the game for next turn. Fortunately for Jarla, he found some life till. I mean, fortunately, he only had 5 cards left, so it was kind of expected to happen. But he needs to trade whatever is on board, because any minion could mean that he's dead. Let's see what weapon comes in. No.
Okay, so what it is now? Oh, it's
No! The top deck!
oh, and it's here. Okay, and both of them are smiling on the cam. One of them is smiling more.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, 2 games in a row closed by Mr. Smite. We talked about the card before the broadcast. It's a good finisher for the deck. And he was running low on cards for the last 2-3 turns. It was just on the edge of getting it, and PocketTrain put himself 2-0 and only 1 deck to beat to keep this perfect score he has in the group, and just trying to face or start thinking of the top 8 maybe.
Yeah, now Jarla has to win it all with his mage. He have to do a perfect 3-0 with it. And we can see that this warrior is very impressive. But Jarla was about to reverse the situation in the previous game. So we see what he's going to do with this mage.
I mean, I think this mage has a really good opportunity against the warlock, or against the warrior, pardon me, because the warrior is a board center deck. I mean, he has reach for Mr. Smite, but for completing the quest, he needs to play minions, and that is what Jarla wants. Well, Jarla wants his opponent to play minions in order to be able to cast his spells and complete its own quest. And I think in this particular matchup, the mage is faster than the warrior, indeed.
Yeah, and 10 minutes in the past, there we are. We're stopping the radio Hearthstone, and we are going to do the TV Hearthstone now on the Max TV. Before it was the Max Radio, but you're still here. Thank you, guys, and it's starting for you. Okay, and already the 3 first pirates has been drawn and played, and we are already at the part 2 of the quest.
Okay, part 2 of the quest. A lot of pressure, not much card draw. Well, I mean, not much card draw played so far. Now we're getting the refreshing spring water with the second flow and the ice barrier. Well, I mean, this is interesting. Jarla stopped a bit in order to progress the quest most efficiently. He played a fire spell there. He's drawing a spell, losing 1 discount from the 2 discounts from the Encancer flow, but he doesn't have that many arcane spells in hand, so saving the Encancer's flow for next turn might be a defining factor.
Okay, and I guess it's very happy to have this as barrier here to slow the warrior down a little, but but with this ice barrier you can hit face with the cannon boulders.
Yeah, Jarla will need to find a fire sale or some freezing effects, because the board is not easy to handle right now. He doesn't have spell damage. He has the first flame costing 0, which is really important to finish off any minions, but if you look into his next turn, he doesn't have a way to effectively clear the whole board. Just he can diminish the damage taken, like take 6 damage off board maybe, but there would be still 5 there, and not something easy to get. Oh, another quest completion, only for 2 mana, and clearing the board in the way and not playing. not playing the encounters flow, prioritizing the draw and having options instead of playing the encounters flow this turn and having discounted card for the next turn with
Yeah.
the refreshing spring water. That was interesting.
Okay. It is okay. Searching for other options right now with this Arcane Intellect and playing a Arcane spell, then a Frost
Well,
one, and maybe we have a Ice one with this Flurry or this Brain Freeze.
yes, he can use the brain freeze and in the same turn use the flurry for 0 to
Yeah.
just put the first tick on the third part for free. He can also do that with the ice barrier also. I mean, he could invest both. Not sure how much mana does he want to use. Okay, he's going for the second flame and the flurry. Not taking damage the next turn, or at least trying to. And then setting up for the next turn, the Dawn Grasp. That was a tough call, I think, for Jarla. I mean, he has resources in hand, but I mean, the Crime Session is so good after Dawn Grasp. So much better, and he's using it to complete the quest. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he's in 14 life, he cannot give his opponent much time, but that can be something he could regret in the future.
Yeah, and we have this this weapon once more, and this Foxel Firebutter very, yeah, it's very low in life here. Can you manage to do something? We know that Meteor Smite is already here, is almost here. The next update, I guess.
Jarla cannot play Dawn Grasp right now. He needs to clear the board, he needs to set up that ice barrier, and after that he only has 1 mana left. I think the Fire Cell combined with the ice barrier and the Brain Freeze and a Rune Orb. I mean, you can skip the Rune Orb and take 2 damage, but it's not an easy,
2 damage is a lot.
choice.
Yeah.
Any point of damage from now on is really hard for Jarla to recover.
Oh,
Refreshing Spring
is
Water
it a
is
refreshing? Yeah, I guess.
But I mean, it's when are you playing? You're not playing it in the same turn that Dawn Grasp. Oh, you could risk it. You have a.
Okay, and
we need to remember that there's
it
Mr.
kept...
Smite coming again.
I told you that it will be the next update.
I mean, you're the oracle, Max.
And it kept the brain freeze, Ayala, on the previous round, in the previous round, previous turn. It
Yes,
could,
it's interesting that he chose that. I mean, I think he was expecting Rokara to come this turn, so he wanted an answer for Rokara, and this brain freeze serves as it. He can play in the Incanted Flow, freeze the board, and cross his fingers. I mean, it all depends on which pirate and which weapon PocketTrain gets. Mr. Smite could deliver lethal for the 3rd time in this series.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, the Gore Howl! I cannot believe it! And Jarla just gives up without giving us the pleasure of seeing Mr. Smite again.
Yeah. Okay, and it's 3-0, very, very quick. I guess we can have the players in the little interview. I'm gonna ask them. Okay, so where is he? Jarla? Jarla is not here anymore. Okay, I'm gonna directly add them on Discord. I'm gonna start a new conversation on Discord. Okay, I'm getting this one.
I'll be joining as soon as I get there.
Okay, okay, I'll be back. Okay, so we have Jarla here. I'm adding now PocketTrain, and I'm adding Rane, and so we will be all together. all together here, and I can call them. Okay, so Rane is back, and we
Back in.
have a PocketTrain. Do you hear us?
Yes. Hello.
Okay, and Jarla as well. Okay, thanks for the games. We was talking with Rane at the start of the stream about the power of this new pirate warrior, and it was very terrific to see it. And this Mr. Smite, the card everyone's talking about right now, and it's getting on top deck, I guess, as well as as charge. How do you think about that Pocket Train? I guess you're maybe happy with the win. What do you think about this deck right now? This brand new deck.
It kind of plays itself, which is nice. It was a nice way to. I thought it would get a loss. I'm not that convinced by its power, but if you just curve out, then there's not a lot your opponent can do. Sometimes if you curve out, then you get Rikara, then your opponent's just way too far behind to win most of the time. I think that series would have gone a very different way if I hadn't drawn Mr. Smite that one turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yala, we've seen your Warlock, very interesting build involving zoo cards with unlock ones. Did you build it yourself? Did you get it from other players?
No, I was playing Ladder and someone played it against me, and I got inspired, and then I started playing it as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool deck. I think it's like it completely destroys like handlocks, and it should be good against warriors. This time I lost, but my stats are like super favorite against warrior overall.
Yeah, we've
I've
seen
never
that.
lost that, man.
Okay,
Sorry,
we'll have a rematch. Okay.
No, it's weird because my understanding was the complete opposite. I've never lost that as the warrior before. This is the closest it's ever been.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
interesting
maybe
that
I
you
played
thought it was
against like
favored.
the more controlish warriors, and this one might be more closer.
Okay. And do you think it's a good deck as well for the ladder right now, Yala?
Not really, because people play Garroth Rogue, and that's not a good matchup.
Okay.
Yeah, like both players are doing the same, just hitting the warlock. That doesn't end up good. I wanted to ask Pocket Jarla if the third match, the mage against the warrior, in my understanding, it should have been a bit more favorable for the mage, but what was it that you missed? The clears, the freezing effects, too much damage in the first 4 turns? Because against board-centric decks, the mage excels sometimes.
Yeah, he just had a pretty good curve. I was pretty slow, took a lot of damage, and then the Gore Howl, and I was already at like 8. So yeah, it was rough to come back.
I don't want to spoil it, but he did have Mr. Smite again.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Like before the Mr. Smite, I think Mage was completely favorite against Warriors, but now the Smite reach is kind of big, so might be close now.
Okay. It was very refreshing to have new decks. Yeah. What do you think about the shaman you brought, Pocket Train? Have you had much experience on it?
So I was talking to wiRer a bit, and he's a big fan of the deck. And I submitted it before actually trying it, and then I queued it up on ladder and lost my first 10 games with it, and was not at all confident about playing it in this match, to be honest.
Okay.
I thought I could maybe queue it into the warlock and get a win, but I was not very confident with it against the mage or the demon hunter at all. I was kind of relieved I didn't have to play it, to be honest. I think it's good against aggro, but I mean, if I'd absolutely known I was playing against Jarla, then I would have known not to expect much of an aggro lineup. So I probably wouldn't have brought the deck this time.
Okay. And also, we've seen that both of you brought this Garrett Rogue. Do you think that despite the mini set, the deck is still the number one now?
Yeah, for sure. Like my stats last 3 days with Rogue were like 29 and 4. I was completely
Oh,
destroying everyone. So, and
okay.
I'm not even playing it that well. So yeah, imagine if someone plays it like perfectly. It's unbeatable.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I,
I don't think I'm very good at it, but I still win a lot with it anyway. So yeah, it's probably the best deck.
okay, interesting. Do you have further questions, Rane?
No, let's. I think it's time for them to rest. Just closing thoughts and what are your if well you were 4-0 until this game. Are you both confident you're gonna make it to the top 8 stage of the tournament?
Yeah, in my mind, the three names that jumped out of me when the group got decided was Jarla, Alutamu, Gabby for sure.
Oh.
And now I've got past all of those, which is
Oh.
I'm shocked at that. So I think in theory it should be an easier run, although there are no easy games. So I'm quite confident. Yeah.
I'm also quite confident. Hopefully, I make it again, and maybe I win again as last max tournament.
Yeah, Yala won the Max Open Cup 7 versus Eden Proc, his Riley player. And so he won, as he was already involved in the Max League 5, the incoming Max League 5. So Eden Proc get the slot to the event invitation slot. Okay, guys, thank you for this. Good luck for the fifth round next week, and we're going to jump to the other match. Thank you for having been here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. I'm calling you
Yep.
back on the other conversation.
Okay.
Okay, here we are, guys. Okay, just right now. Here. And Rane is here and I'm calling him back. Okay, I can hear you, I guess, but I cannot see you for now. But yeah,
should.
it's working. It's working because sometimes I have issue on Discord when I had the co-caster with his cam and I'm adding players in the conversation. Then when players leave, I can't see the cam anymore. So it's bad. And so I'm going to I'm making another conversation for that. Okay,
No
so this first
Let's see.
yeah, this first match was very, very quick with this 3-0 by PocketTrain. PocketTrain, we talked about it at the start of the stream. Is the guy that you have to know now because he will win everything, and I guess we'll see him in the playoffs of the Max League 5. Is very confident, is 4 out now, as we saw before. The group is composed by himself, Yala, Tugi, Alutemu, Japanese Grandmaster, Lightning, German player, Aiden Proc, who was runner-up in the Max Open Cup 7, Otani, very good Japanese player, and Gabi. And Gabi now was 0-2 in this tournament and then forfeited. So when you are a 4-0 in those kind of groups, that you have to be known.
Exactly. And now jumping into the next game we have tonight, depending where are you right now. I mean, we're just going to the group C. The group is like, I mean, is it the toughest group or maybe
Yeah.
so that was something we were talking about, at least regarding names. It's not that you have the best, maybe the best player there, but it's like they are all really good players. They are all grandmaster material for this to say something.
Yeah, and it's very close because we are, I guess, five players at 2-1 here after the round 3. We are starting the round 4 tonight, and Raze, Remy 94, wiRer, Orange, and Woma, the French Grandmaster, are all of them are at 2-1, and we have this game involving wiRer and Orange to get to 3-1. It's very, very important to get the two only slots for the playoffs, the top 8 playoffs.
Exactly, and this next game we're gonna see wiRer and against Orange. It might be a turning point for either of them because just getting that extra advantage, just trying to be ahead of the pack when the scores are so close, when everyone is 2-1, it might make a good difference. And I mean, you wanna have some room for messing up or for bad luck along the road, because in this group it's not only bad luck that will hit you, also good players will hit you. So let's hope that both players are confident after the launch of the mini set to play this game, because it's a really important one.
Yeah, it's the first time we have minisets involved in the lineups for the Max League 5, because on the previous round the miniset wasn't already released. It was on Tuesday, and to let you know, the players have until Saturday midnight to give their lineups for the week. Okay, so
Exactly. So
sorry.
no, I mean, in order to the players being able to submit deck lists that they have tested, the previous week was played on the old meta. There was no nerfs involved, no rotations involved, so it was not much of different. Now we get to enjoy some new cards, as we have already seen Mr. Smite Bright in the previous round.
Yeah. And we're displaying right now the lineup from Orange. Orange will be at the top of your screen. And we have a Warlock, a Rogue, a Mage, and a Druid. The Druid has been very, very, how do you say in English? In French, we could say spoiled. He had
he got really good cards.
That's
if
it.
That's what you mean.
Yeah, that's a very, very good new cards for the token deck. For the Malygos deck, there are many ways you can play Druid right now, and it's very interesting. And Orange brought here a Malygos. A Malygos list. I guess it's the list from Jumble, maybe.
I mean,
some kind of.
Which Druid list is not from Jamber?
That's it.
He just invented like 2 or 3 archetypes, changing a couple of decks. But yes, for what I recognize, this is the Jambre list with the Umbral Owl and the bunch of cheap spells to decrease it. Also, the way of for tutoring it with living seeds to draw them, or also. No, it's the only beast, I think. Yeah. And then you have Ghidra for stabilization against some aggro decks with a pretty good spell backup. So I think it's a deck we should need to pay attention to. I mean, Druid has been on the rise, the token version, as you mentioned. But I think there is room that, like, the meta is not solved, not close to being solved. So we have to keep on testing some other archetypes that might have been left alone some weeks ago. It's time to test everything again.
Yeah. And if you see in a Druid list the old, so it's a Jamber list.
Exactly.
Okay,
signature card.
About the bands, we won't see the Warlock from Orange, and I'll talk about the band from Orange later. Okay, so no Warlock, so there is this Rogue we all know, and the Mage, but this time without Macteridon.
Yep, Macteridon is a tech card, much more about having targets on board on Mage, not only for the 12-12 or for the board clearing effect. But I want to just rewind a bit and mention or highlight that Orange will be able to play Rogue. We saw the previous the previous series. Both players mentioning Rogue as the best deck on ladder, the best deck on Hearthstone right now. So this is wiRer just soft targeting Rogue has another answer for that. That's something that I would like to know during the series, because it's not often that you see the Garrote Rogue open.
Yeah. Okay, and we'll jump to the lineup from his opponent wiRer from the Max team. Here are the players from Luxembourg. Don't tell him that is German. He doesn't like it. It's not German, it's Luxembourg. Okay, so we have a rogue, a demon hunter, a warrior, and a shaman. I talked about it, but we won't see the rogue that has been banned. So if you want to see rogue tonight, it's the rogue from Orange that I guess he will be he will play. Okay, demon hunter, warrior.
Yeah, now we learn why warrior left rogue open. That warrior specifically tech to gain armor to avoid the damage with Bulwark of Asinoth. Also the demon hunter, which is kind of a counter to rogue with the glides and all the disruption mechanics it has. I'm not sure about the shaman, but I guess we'll learn that together.
Yeah, it's there is an inclusion in this warrior list. So this list is about the Furientous warrior list which he won the Maxland 3 with, and the Master 2 as well. And there are new inclusions with this man the cannons. Deal 3 damage to a minion and damage to all other minions. It's a new card. Interesting to have it. Okay, and is there anything left? No. There's still this Mutinous, the Devourer in the deck, and the shaman. Sorry, go.
No, I mean Mutanus also a tech card, I guess, for combo disruption. We know that how he likes eating quest rewards and such.
Okay, just a second. Okay, that's it. And the shaman while posted on Twitter, I guess yesterday or the day before, that is he was very enjoying this quest shaman, and he has very good results with it. So he's bringing it, and as you noticed before, PocketTrain talked us that he was talking with wiRer to construct his lineup, and he kept this shaman, this idea.
Well, I hope we see it not with that 0-10 record that we were talking some minutes before. I'm glad to see also, even it's not Conquest, it's last series standing, to see strategies where there are some counter picks, which is because last year's standing is also about counter picks. Okay, you play game 1 and then you have the opportunity to specifically target with one deck on your deck list to your opponent, because you know what deck will he be playing. So that is an interesting aspect of last year's standing.
Yeah, I like it. And as I mentioned before, there is a format when new decks can be involved, and you can be very you can have new ideas, and it brings something else to the game. So we like to have our tournaments in the LHS format. Okay.
That's true.
Sorry.
No, I mean that is true. It's refreshing, because I mean, even for players who, well, right now we don't have more open cups and GM is off season, but most of what we see is Conquest. So having last year's format left hero standing format on screen is something that is keeps the balance, you know.
Yeah. Okay, and the game starts right now. We have wiRer at the bottom of the screen, and we have orange at the top. The rogue has been banned on the wiRer side, and which is the warlock has been banned on orange one, and
Exactly.
okay, that's it. And we're starting with this warrior versus the rogue, as you mentioned before.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Let's see how good the rogue is. First check for orange. Does he wanna use put the Octobot in play? Does the warrior have a way to deal 4 damage with 3 mana, not to activate? And if even if he doesn't, does orange want to discount these cards in hand? I mean, there's no combo pieces there. There's just two Flingers and a Swindle.
Yeah.
Maybe you can play Shroud of Concealment, get a bigger hand, and then use your Octobot.
Okay, and already there's a Defias Cannoneer. Okay, yes, this one as well. In the this card is interesting because you can be very aggressive with it, but you can also use this one like removers for aggro decks. Okay, to counter aggro decks. Interesting Cannoneer.
Yes, it's a really good card. I mean, it's the stats are just barely, but the effect, and you can control the effect. You can pre-equip your weapon and then just make it have a direct impact on board when the turn you play it. Swing your weapon and deal 4 damage or 2 damage twice. And who says 2 damage twice? 2 damage twice now.
And there is an hidden effect. Yeah, it's that you can use it without any weapon because you have this Stormwind Freebooter that gives you 2 attack this turn, and it's when you attack with your arrow that the Cannoneer deals 2 damage.
That is true. That is true. I was mentioning weapons, but this Stormwind Freebooter is a great card for achieving the same effect, and also has a body which can just keep smacking the rogue in the head. Let's see if orange right now finds a way to get rid of the minions in front. He can use Brain Freeze, and I think with the Price Planner will be up to 3 cards, so he'll be able to eliminate both threats from the board. 27 health.
Okay,
just doing well.
This first wave has been dealt with, but many can come right now. Maybe now wiRer can use this card and get rid of this plunderer, but I would prefer deal with this Octobot to avoid Shadow Step, but cannot. Okay, it's very both players very focused on the game right now.
Yes, right now orange doesn't have a strict way to get his field contact back in hand, like with a Shadow Step. As you mentioned, Bad, he does have a lot of cheap ways of drawing stuff. It was not discounted. He paid the full 3 mana for the field contact, but now he'll be able to draw enough cards to compensate for that. Even if he doesn't hit the Shadow Step, I think digging deep in the deck is worth it right now.
Yeah, with this first field contact, you can dig in your deck, and you'll find the other one digging that way. So you can sacrifice it this way, I guess. Okay, button here to protect it a little. And then, okay, I was wondering if he couldn't play the Swindle, but he
I think he opted, for board protection. He developed his field contact, put a nice Divine Shield, and there's not many ways for wiRer to deal with this. I mean,
Yeah.
he would need a combination of 2 cards. I think.
Maybe you can trade this AV plate here to look for something, because you cannot combine here the Rancor into the Stormwind freebooter. So you have to find something to not let this field contact on board.
Yes, it's really hard. I mean, the only way was wiRer having the 1 mana weapon or something equipped to hit the Divine Shield and then use Rancor, as you mentioned. But right now, that field contact seems to be able to live for a turn, and that is disastrous for the warrior. I mean, warrior can try and go and outrange the damage that the rogue can do, but for that the warrior needs time. And if you leave a field contact on board, that's one thing you are not having.
Okay, and it prefers to gain 5 armor here with this Cargo Grad and the Hero Power instead of AV Plate trade. Okay, Swindle this time. And orange will draw about 50 cards.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about mana. The capabilities of this decks are infinite. I'm trying to picture what is Orange looking for right now, because he could just go deep into the deck with a secret passage and trying to dump some cards from that. He needs to be careful not to overdraw, because he only has 1 Garrote in hand. So burning a Garrote will be disastrous.
And you may have noticed that we are not for this second match in radio mode. You can now watch the games, and it's a nice improvement on the Max TV. I like it as you do, I guess.
Constant improvement. I like that. Let's keep that going while Orange just shoots a secret passage by the rope. I'm not sure if he was able to play anything he got from here.
Not sure.
The animations can be tricky. No. I'm not sure if he... I mean, he could... There was no reason not to play that Augmented. And it was, the emote there give us up the hint that he floated the mana not intentionally.
He was searching for his Shadow Step, I guess. But that one...
I mean, he had the 1 Shadow Step, and he used it on the Neophyte. I think it was only thinning... The only purpose of that secret passage was just make space in hand and thinning the deck. And that was why I wanted to see that 1 mana minion in play for this turn.
There is a very, very ugly play with this Volcar Avzinot and... no, you cannot. You cannot do that. So is it a Cargo Guard here? I guess after you hit.
2 turns. That field contact has lived for 2 turns on board. I mean, if Rogue doesn't win this right here, right now, I'm not sure what is happening. Because Orange has the Octobot. I'm not sure if he will have the time to do everything. But I bet he will have the mana, because he has double prep. He has a bunch of cheap Battlecry minions. He will be able to go through all his deck and cast his last... and find his last Garrote in order to do the whole combo. I think this will be an easy turn 7 win.
Oh, and the preparation into Shoulder Concealment, I guess? Isn't it... isn't it... what is it? A card burn here?
No, I think it's doing
he played,
the right order.
He played the weapon before. So it had no discard, but...
Problem is, he has a 0 mana Battlecry. Okay, he can go for it if the animations allow him, because he has the prep. But I think he chooses not to. This is strange, because that Octobot had one spell damage. Okay, he can go with Guild Trader. Also, there's another, that's another way of setting up the lethal. Maybe he was not sure if he will have the time to cast everything he needed.
Yeah.
Because he had the 1 mana. Instead of playing the cool Neophyte, he could have gone Garrote, then Prep, and the other Garrote, and Ethereal Aumenchar there. Oh, that's Aumercant to give the extra spell damage. I think he'll be able to close it next turn, even through the Bulwark of Athenas, or the Rancor will. Oh, that Neophyte is interesting. It makes wiRer choose between the Bulwark or the Rancor.
I guess the Azinot, the bulk war of Azinot is not that relevant here with all these one attack minions on board. So I like this.
There's not much armor, and there's also spell power on board. That is an interesting turn of events. Orange will be able to close this easily, because with extra mana and all the stuff, and some good spell power there, extra for some spice. I think this combo is around like 40, 42, 48, 6 damage each is 48, yeah. Well, plus the damage on board, that's more than enough.
Yeah. Okay, and this special weapon versus Rogue has been beat here because the 23 damage will be done very quick. We are.
How much overkill is this? Because he even put an extra Shadow Step with spell damage over there. He had 2 more bleeds, so 14 more damage plus the board count. Okay, Orange flexes a bit and proves that Grud Rogue is, as we mentioned before, one of the best decks around.
Yeah. And I guess wiRer is thinking about taking. Oh, okay. I was about to say taking his shaman to take the rogue. Okay, to be too fast for the rogue, but no, he's bringing this demon hunter instead. Okay,
it's interesting because the glide aspect of the Demon Hunter makes it a completely different matchup. As a rogue, you have to dump many cards in order to thin your deck and keep the card draw in it, and you cannot rely on the discounts of the Octobot for the whole game. You cannot keep a hand and hope that you will have by the turn 4, 5, or 6, because Glide makes it a good way with the Demon Hunter to just prohibit the rogue from developing its own plan.
And already there's Octobot on board, and we can see Orange on the cam singing and almost dancing. Okay, he's very confident right now. Okay,
the classic dab with the music. It's I think it's part of what every every Hearthstone Pro player needs to do right now. I think it's part of the meta right now.
The dancing meta.
Exactly. I mean, do we need to talk about Fury Hunter and Balajin Pong making it to the finals after those videos? This is definitely a dancing meta.
Yeah, and the video from Fury Hunter has been made in Paris when the
Yes.
night before he wins the Maxland 3 1 month ago.
Yeah, it was like it was quite a group of people, not only him,
Yeah,
giving and sharing his sharing with him the powers of the dance. Right
it
now,
was
wiRer is completing. Besides that, could Neophyte the quest on turn 3. A bit delayed, he chooses to hold the task Piercer in order to get an extra draw for next turn. That is
no.
interesting. But maybe, depending on how much cards Orange draws here, he could choose for the Glide.
Yeah, yeah, it can be. I guess it will occur. Yeah, because you can
I
you
mean,
can
the
have
thing
a
is
take on
that
the quest as well.
yeah, the thing is that Orange will be drawing a lot of cards, but will not be holding a lot of cards
Yeah,
after this turn.
he's
So that is
playing
an
them.
interesting way of playing
Yeah, yeah,
around
yeah,
Glide.
yeah. It's interesting. So he has 5 cards in hand, and after the glide, he would have 4. So not that relevant. You have this Fast Scream Blast, very appealing here.
Yeah, also the Immolation Aura is an efficient
Yeah, this one is better.
full board clear. I'm trying to think about what to do with the rest of the turn.
Yeah,
And I think this is interesting. Trying to draw. I mean, now that he has the draw, he can go for the full board clear with Immolation Aura and try to complete the quest after that. He could draw one with the hit of the weapon, another one for 0 mana with Crimson Sizzle Runner, and also another one by the tradable aspect of the card. So this will be enough to finish the second proc of the quest.
yeah, that's it. Oh, I can either trade or use this spectral side, and then chose to trade.
Yes, I think that when you have when you're playing this deck, you wanna keep the most amount of card draw you're able to, because after playing Kurtrus is super important. That spectral side is many times a 0 mana draw 2 and discount them by 2, so keeping that in hand is really useful, and it's probably that you will be just throwing that back into the deck. Unless you get, I don't know, like another Morg and an Arcanist, because he already has a 5 mana Elginos, a 0 mana Felcrim's Blast. I mean, sometimes Rogue, you just blow them and they fall apart.
Okay, so will Orange get rid of this preparation here to keep it from getting back into his deck? He's thinking about it. He's not thinking anymore. He's really thinking here. Okay, and field contact.
Yeah, it's a field
Well,
contact
Shadow
with
Step,
Shadow
okay.
Step.
You have
It
in
actually
hand.
draws 2 cards because you're fitting the deck by 2, and also you get the field contact in hand, which is super important. The problem is that now that wiRer knows that that second field contact is in hand,
Yeah.
he might be encouraged to play the glide.
It may occur here. Okay, what is he from the quest? 4 draw. Okay, 4 draws left.
Probably thinking wiRer if there is worth dropping something before throwing the glide to thin his deck. I mean, he could drop a Morg, he has a second one there, and enough spell power to kill a warrior, but yeah, he could do that. I mean,
Okay.
it's not that you're okay. He's dropping even more than that. The Fel Scream Blast on top.
Okay. So got rid of card, one more card. Interesting. And the other glide in end may be useful now. We'll see. Depends of if
Yes.
Orange gets his field contact back.
Yes, I think that the problem Orange has right now is that he'll need to draw his field contact in order to set up the lethal turn, the combo turn. But at the same time, whenever he does that, on in the way of doing that, he will be drawing a lot of cards and will make wiRer just kill him. I mean, or just deactivate that with the second glide. That okay, you can assume that it's not in hand already because wiRer has 18 cards in his deck. But still, once wiRer drops Cortrus, I think the deck that 18 card count will go lower and lower by the minute.
Okay. This eat in the Morgue Artificer is interesting. Okay, so now a tradable. Is it a double jump? Yeah, you have. You still have Outcast card in your deck, I guess.
Let me check the deck list. I think he has a second copy or one copy at least of Spectral Sight.
Spectral Sight, there is one in end.
Maybe he still wants to hold the double jump for the next turn when he has the actual mana to play whatever he draws, not mattering if it's probably another card with some extra cost.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, then you can play it with the Outcast effect. Okay, so
now,
what is it?
Orange. I mean, this is one way. Orange could dump his kind of almost all of his hand right here with a discount, and it's not the worst idea. Developing a board, removing your opponents. I'm wondering if he uses the Prize Splendor also. No.
Okay, so the previous hit was relevant, and he gets his Octobot back in hand. Okay, so now Spectral Sight from the left side of your hand.
It could be a good way to start because it does not only help you with the draw, it also helps you outcast the second copy of Glide. And that could be real relevant if Orange gets a bit deeper into his deck. Right now, wiRer is trying to collect the pieces.
Yeah. When I see this Demon Hunter drawing that much, I always think about Chief Nomi. And I was wondering what would the deck, or the deck can be good with this Chief Nomi. Because you can draw
the old days with the Myra's unstable element.
Yeah.
Drawing the whole deck and burning half, not mattering what.
Yeah, it's very fun card.
Yes, it was kind of an all-in, but the deck had a lot of support, and also the Nomi Shadow Step combo for 2 boards or 3 sometimes. It was overwhelming for even control decks at the time.
Yeah, it was a competitive deck. It was very interesting. Okay, so another draw.
How wiRer gets? He has only 8 cards in his deck, and I think this is it could be a lethal setup because now the Guild Trader Ray costs 0. Playing the double jump will make him draw 2 extra cards for the acrobatic effects. No Ilginoth in hand or in sight.
Oh, is it the last card? Okay.
Oh, let's go for it then. If it's the last card, come to me. Okay. This. How many damage is this? The more cost 0. This is lethal, right?
Yeah.
This is over lethal. second guild trader over there.
Yeah.
30, and that could have been much more. wiRer defeats finally the best deck on the planet right now, the Gorilla Grove, with a
And,
hard counter.
So it was a good choice of deck. We was wondering if Shaman wasn't better, but now oh no, it's not 2-0, it's 1-1. It show us that this Demon Hunter was not that slow and could manage with the rogue. And we won't see the rogue anymore. So this is the end for the rogue on the Max TV tonight. Sorry for rogue lovers.
I mean, it was not much of how fast the Demon Hunter was, but how effective that first glide was.
Yeah.
Orange had his 1 mana field contact on a bunch of cards, and wiRer just neglected that. And then Orange couldn't find his second copy, I mean the one that all got shuffled into deck again, and it was the end of the match right now. And let me stop for a second and look at Orange's coin. Flashy one.
Yeah. And he made a tweet about this, that he slaughtered many white cards to have the dust to get their achievement and get the coin. It's a very good one. And with this coin,
deck,
yeah,
by the way.
yes, you know him. And this coin adds him 3% of positive RNG.
Yeah, I mean those coin, that thing added with the golden celebration card back, those stuff counts. And now look at what we're talking, some overgrowth here in Orange's side, with the need or not need to play the Umbrella Owl.
Not sure.
Oh, it was 1 mana off.
Okay, and
Never matter.
this solar eclipse let him go to 7 mana on turn 2 or 3? No, 2, I guess. Okay.
I think it was 3 because it was
Three,
wiRer
okay.
now turn 4. But it's just absurd. We just imagine being a druid and counting mana. You just spend.
Yeah. And is already close to the Malgus, but he used many cards, and his Glowfly Swarm is not that interesting right now. But I guess versus a Demon Hunter, it's not a card that makes you win.
Yeah, that is true. Demon Hunter has the double Immolation Aura in their list, and it's not something that you can back up. There's no, for example, I don't know, Soul of the Forest there. But once you just accumulate enough Glowfly Swarms, the Demon Hunter might run out of answers, because one, okay, could answer. Second one, okay, the third one, that is the charm.
But you have to have a full end to have so many flies in game. So now only three spells in orange end, and the cards are not that interesting right now. Oh, and you don't want to play this glide.
Oh, we're gonna play in it, Max? We have, I mean, wiRer has a lot of cards in hand. Some of them he would like to dump, but Orange has telegraphed his hand. He's gonna Malygos next turn. You could either try to play Glide after Malygos, or just reshuffle Malygos into Orange's deck.
I'm not sure. Oh, he's playing it. Okay, didn't see that coming. Okay, and it draws more than needed for his quest. Okay.
Okay, and now Orange's hand lost any sense.
Oh yes.
I mean, he on top deck mode,
What is it?
he could discover with
Yeah.
guidance.
Yeah, it's Arbor up, I guess. And you can play it to.
Yeah, you have the
Okay,
solar
okay.
eclipse.
Yeah, it's interesting. You
That's
can
decent.
play it and get the other one in. The card is very interesting. This Moonlight Guidance, or Guidance, Guidance, I guess.
Guidance? Okay,
I'm not sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, Guidance. Yeah. If I refer to
but I
the.
mean, yes, it's super flexible, and Druid needs those discoveries. They're really important for making the deck stick.
Okay. How can you deal with this Eginot on board if wiRer decides to put it? If the board says it's empty, but now we cannot make this happen.
That taunt is super relevant, I think, for the situation, because it forces wiRer to take 7 if he wants to use the death rattle of the weapon, and that is something you rather not to. Even though, you know Orange has the second copy of Arbor up because he discovered from the deck and draw it. So this is a high risk play. How will he be playing the Talented Arcanist plus the Falcon Blast to close the turn?
I assume.
Assume he will.
Yeah, he has to.
Okay, he could have done that a different way, like leaving the without. Well, this clears the bigger minion, the bigger threat, so that's important, I guess.
Yeah, I guess maybe over this discover of this of the Arbor up may seal the game.
Yes, and if there's a time you play Glowfly Swarm is now, and if you play the Swarm, you play the Arbor up to try to avoid the Immolation Aura clear and set up a lethal.
Yeah.
Not allowing wiRer to drop the Core Truth also. It's like a preventive play, and wiRer running low on card draw and removal.
Yeah, I can
Right now,
try
Acrobatic
another
is a
one.
bit expensive to play.
Okay, I can try another one and another one.
Okay, and the Immolation Aura right off the top for the last draw. 6 damage to clear the board, and this is keeping him in the game. Orange could draw a beast or play Force of Nature.
I never dubbed.
Oh wait,
Oh, Force of Nature.
those trades don't have charge.
Yeah,
Is the game bugged?
they don't have charge. But their cost was only 4 as well. That's why.
I mean,
The good
now,
old times.
yeah,
Okay.
not so good for wiRer. He has some room to breathe, but not that much. I mean, I think he's factoring what could Orange has for reach, and right now it could be 12.
Okay, guess the
Okay.
weight. Okay, not that bad. Can draw. Oh, you don't want to
that is-
get the glow flies.
You go less, but that is a problem because you wanted to draw the second copy of Arbor up.
Did you ever
this is
play
just
a
sad.
2-2 for 5?
is
But
just
it's a
sad.
golden one.
I mean, it's not that far. Orange is setting up lethal in his mind.
Yeah. Okay, drawing here. Drawing another time. Okay, is it? Do you? Would you play
Do you
the?
go for the acrobatic first or for the
Not sure if
or
I
for
do.
the I-beam?
I like I beam into Spectrosite.
I grow impatient.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
and
that is interesting because it allows to draw, and then you're at 11. You can have bank on getting or hitting some
oh, good cross.
extra damage. And Castle Siege was good, but this is even better because
Yeah,
if you remove the board, the druid has no reach.
yeah, that's it. Okay, maybe a trade with the Viper.
Maybe put it
Let's
on
try.
play. Oh no, he's going for the combo.
Yeah,
Acrobatics, no with no time. wiRer chooses to hold the line, hold, and just wait for the next turn with more mana and more time. And Orange knew what was
ooh,
coming. Maligos is right now, and in his hand he saw it from the guess the wait. So nice time to play it and just pray.
yeah. Okay, there is not so many cards you can play.
He could clear the Quartus, the 7/7 at least. That's something.
Yeah,
Double Bog Beam and the trade with a Trent, or with even better. This is a full board clear.
okay.
Leaving up
Oh,
some board for the next turn
yeah,
in
yeah.
case he wants to go Glowflies.
Okay, okay. He uses his card, discount card with the smoke beam. It was almost 6 months ago that this card has been played for the last time.
Yeah, when Mount Seller was around.
Yeah,
I got it all.
And this is just lethal for wiRer after hitting the spell damage. And oh no, sorry, it was not. He was missing. He was what? Third?
and
It was not 24. I thought it was 24.
not
Did I
sure,
miscount that?
not sure.
It was
Ask
three
him.
times. No, it was only 18. It was only 18. I just can't remember. It was two marks. One. It was 9.
And so we have two two good informations here because we will keep seeing this druid from Orange and Jumbo, and we can have this quest shaman on the Max TV from wiRer. So we will see what happens between them, and very new very new matchup in the meta.
Yes, I'm still buffed about that last game and the impact that had that Wire didn't play with enough time, didn't invest his mana correctly in playing the acrobatics.
Yeah.
But well, that's a thing of the past. We'll just go through the bot later. Right now, or well, the bot. Go to the YouTube channel to check the game because Max has already set up the YouTube channel that you can just follow there in the chat. The links appears now and then while Orange ropes the first turn and picks up a bog beam.
Okay. And wiRer managed to have the quest in hand and this first round, the first turn. Oh, and a very nice coin. Oh, can you see it? wiRer chose the coin with the dragon head, and I'm sure that he has made the choice because he won the DreamHack.
The DreamHack, yeah.
The dragon one with Isera on
the Dragon Challenge. That is right. He was the
I'm
champion
sure about this.
First big third-party tournament of the year. I think
Yeah.
it was a $10,000 in prizes for each region. So
Yeah.
it was an interesting tournament. Right now, trying to make that coin worth its value, but Orange, on the other hand, has some plays here. I was looking for Hydra, but didn't solve the matter. Right now,
Oh, and we have Cookie the Cook in
hand, yeah.
And Golden as well. Okay,
These are just whales.
it's making
Golden legendary.
and it's Golden Lake versus Golden Lake. We like this. Only seen on the Max TV.
Let's see. Do we want to go for an Innerate Ghidra Ironberg? Is that enough?
I like this. I like.
I mean, you set up, you do a +2/+2 to the Ghidra, and on
Yeah.
top of that, you give +1/+3. But I think Orange is choosing to give that Innerate, knowing that he doesn't have a smooth curve. So that extra mana might become handy in the next few turns.
Yeah, but you have to be quick to get rid of the opponent's board because this shaman is very aggressive and can deal damage face from end.
Yes, and on top of that, that Diligent Note Taker surviving the board is important because while we're seeing wiRer hand and he is kind of low on value, he doesn't have much card draw. Well, as we say that, he got the multicaster that is that's also the name of Max, who is casting, organizing, talking to the players, broadcasting. But in this version, the card draws a bunch of cards, one for each spell school you've casted the game. But besides that, this Diligent Note Taker bringing 2 cards, that is important.
And you can see my portrait right on the card when I add air. It's the only beast that has been called a pirate, as you see. Okay. Oh, you have to get rid of this Ghidra.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can go
Okay, what is it?
and trade on the lightning bolt. There's a way.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Ah, the cook.
See them play. I was expecting some flashier entrance from him.
Oh,
Let's see the animation from the weapon that might help us filling the blanks.
I didn't notice that he had lifesteal himself. I thought it was only the weapon.
Whoa. That revolve might come in handy if Orange
revolve.
decides to buff his board. Right now, the Goldshell Turtles, you don't want to revolve them yet, but he could think about that in the future.
Would he eat here for 2? It's interesting, yes. You know
I
that
think that-
swipe is not a card.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking, can Druid make deal 1 damage? Druid can deal 3 damage, but could Druids deal 1 damage? No, Swipe is not around. You're right. But well, who needs to deal damage when you're just putting 2 8 drops on board? Let's see what Orange rolls. Whoa, premium stats.
Okay.
And also premium effects.
I don't play the card this way because I got 5
Yeah, me
fives
neither.
myself.
What you had to do in order not to roll Natalie Celine's all the time?
And do you remember the bat, Icky the bat on something like that? I guess I'd eat this one on my my 8.
No, that is not good. That 1/1 was just a shame. A bunch of 5/5s around, but Orange just did some good things because also the effect of the demon didn't allow Warrior to play much more besides those wolves. And the plotted Drake, okay, we just don't even need to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
1 Maligos? 2 Maligos is better than one Maligos?
No, I'm not sure about that. Okay.
Nah, okay.
Just to have
the
it
thing
in
is,
end.
Yeah, the thing is that if you discover it, but you don't draw the other copy. But well, I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't even need draw when you're just filling your hand with spells.
I've heard of it. Okay.
Revolve and cross your
Yeah,
fingers.
why not? Why not? Oh no, okay, what is it? Terralion, the Tenered. What is its name? The Tenered, whatnot. Okay.
Tenured?
Te-
I think it's like yeah, because it's from Skullmans. It's like a position, a fixed
Okay.
position in the faculty. So
Okay, okay.
he will be staying for long, I guess, in this game also, because I don't see a way where gets to get rid of it.
Yeah, and now it's 2-1 for Orange, and if he cannot find a way to win with this shaman, it's done. And as we mentioned before, both players are at 2-1 here in this Max League 3. Max League 5 after the run 3. And you want to win this game.
Yeah.
Maybe
This
you
is the
have
turning
to.
point.
Oh, you don't want to draw a lightning bloom here. Well, maybe
That's
maybe
not
with
that bad with
interest
Structure Fire
fight
card.
Okay, okay.
Having them some extra mana to play. I mean,
Yeah.
wiRer, it's time to go.
Okay, you have to fire.
He could go and is he thinking about just going Brucan this turn? Can
I'm thinking it's
wiRer go
counting.
Brucan? I don't
Okay.
think so.
What is it? Oh, torrent.
Torrent, that is
Oh,
good.
Torrent, yes. Another one, please.
Some cheap stuff to keep on playing, keep on rolling.
Okay, so now, okay, it keeps enough mana to play this Brucan here. Okay, but you cannot play this Perpetual Flame. Maybe no. It wasn't.
No, but this is interesting. He lost value on Instructor Fireheart, but he went for like a greedier play, we may say, when Orange just burns Maligos, a Maligos that he probably will not need this game.
Yeah. What is it? Oh, now the Glowfly is relevant. Yes. And
Yes.
you have this Arbor up, but you
Don't
cannot
have
play
the mana
both.
for both.
Yeah.
You could go Leaving Seeds to draw the owl and have something extra on board. But I mean, once you have the Glowflies, you just already have a full board. You don't
And
need to
about-
go for that.
Sorry. About the previous game, the chat tell us that he missed 1 mana.
Okay, so chat is always right. I will
Yep.
not even need to go to check the VOD or what I said. So 1 mana off, and that was what we were talking about, right? The mana not invested the turn before on the acrobatics just didn't allow wiRer to take the game, and now it's in a tough spot because he has. Okay, the spot is not that tough. Perpetual Flame combined with Overdraft
No! What is it?
twice in a row? No way. I was about to say there's no way you cannot clear half the board at least with this.
Yeah.
But 2 times in a row, it was like 2 times 2 in 7. That's some bad luck.
Thank you, Alban Lady, for the gift. Thanks. Very nice from you.
Okay, we're having supporters. Remember, you could turn on the notifications to just be aware every time Max League goes live with some really interesting matches, some new ways of getting Hearthstone into you with Radio Hearthstone now, the regular way, with cards on board and all the stuff. and with orange just trying to massacre wiRer.
I guess we have something here with this radio stone. We have to check if we can do it more. Okay, I guess it's over now. Okay, it was very difficult here.
Yeah, the
The
armor up on
second-
top of the two armor stacked. The Umbra Owl also for the rush needed to trade the last town there was enough
Yeah.
for Orange to close the game and the series. Important victory.
Okay, so GG, just a second. Yeah. Okay. Okay, for a little interview on Discord. Okay. And then wiRer as well. Where is he? Okay, he's already out. I'm adding them in the other conversation. I'm calling you back in 2 seconds. Okay, here we are. What did he say? What did he say? I'm done for it. Okay, so orange is here. I'm adding wiRer and Rane as well in the conversation right now, and calling them. I orange, Rane is back, and we will have wiRer in few seconds.
Yep.
Are you orange?
I'm doing good. I was a little bit tired, so just
Yeah.
put on some music.
Yeah, we saw that.
Jammed a little.
You were singing, you were dancing a little.
yeah. Just laughing for myself. It's when tired. That's the best way for me to play Hearthstone.
Yeah, next time we'll have your microphone as well.
During
during the
God,
games.
no.
Some karaoke.
Okay.
Oh no, there are a few people that had to see me do karaoke at tournaments, and I can assure you, you don't want to see that.
And where are you here with us as well?
Yep, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. We were thinking about this penultimate game with the Demon Hunter on your side. Was it 1 mana off for the little? Was it?
I mean, I couldn't kill him. Like, it just wasn't possible, and he would armor up on the backswing, so
Okay.
the game was lost. And yeah, sometimes Il'gynoth costs 4 mana there instead of 5, then I have enough mana, but can't really change that.
Was a single scenario ward enough to, because I didn't have Solars left, I don't think.
I mean, you also had the board, so I also needed to handle the board. So
Okay.
only had one file screen left, if I remember correctly.
I think I had an hour left as well. But I'm not.
Yeah,
I mean, it can be deck tracker and sigil being bugged.
Yeah.
That makes me think that.
I drew from the acro. I drew the what's it called, the 4 mana spell. I drew glide, so I couldn't draw additional cards from the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pain.
Oh.
No, the game was over. I could have gone for the tempo line 2 turns earlier, where I beamed. You had like a bunch of 2/2 tokens on the board. I could have gone Il'gynoth there. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you also have the Pock beams to clear the Il'gynoth there. So I thought it was pretty safe to try and kill you over a few turns, but it didn't work.
I think so too. Like I think if you play Il'gynoth there, then I respond with Mali, and then you die. I think so. So I definitely think what you did was correct. So I remember thinking that like, I want him to temp Il'gynoth because it seems like a pretty reasonable spot to do it in, because I knew that I had Mali on top because of Gust Await. But yeah.
And both of you.
Interesting analysis.
Yeah, go Rane.
No, I was talking about interesting analysis, and I want to ask also on the analysis side of things. We saw 3 out of 4 bans being rogue, and you were not banning rogue, but bringing like a soft target lineup or a lineup with some rogue counters. Were you expecting to win the first match with the warrior, or is just too hard to be out of range when the rogue goes that fast and with the field contact 2 turns in a row on board?
I mean, what happened that game that the field contact sticks, that can sometimes happen, and that's how the rogue runs away with the game. But in general, the warrior is at least the build that I was bringing is favored against the rogue. But I mean, it's still rogue. They can always find a win somehow.
Yes, the demon hunter game was it seemed solid against the rogue, but I was wondering why you feared most the warlock or the rogue while banning, but you were able to successfully beat one of the best decks on out there. At least that was not my opinion, but the opinion of Jarla and PocketTrain who were here before.
I thought I was unfavored going into the series, and I somehow needed to get the wins in with the warrior and dodge the mage, and queuing it first. I think the panouts would have been best for me if I won the favorables at least. Because I start with the warrior, I would win against the rogue, then you would have to queue your mage, and then I have 2 decks to respond to the mage. Because the demon hunter was my best deck against mage, and it's a close matchup still. So
yeah, I mean, I didn't feel I was pretty unfavored against your demon hunter in general. Like I thought I was favored looking at the lineups, but I was afraid that I could get 3-0'd by your demon hunter if things didn't pan out my way.
I wasn't sure about how the matchup against Jamboree Druid goes, because I haven't really played it, and Jamboree told me it's Druid favored, so I just believed him there.
I looked at the stats Jamboree had sent us before the match, and it was like 4-3 against the Demon Hunter, and I was like, oh well, this is not very convincing.
I mean, 4-3, it's favored.
Exactly. But like in theory, like the matchup seems like it would be decent for a druid. I don't know. I don't have much experience playing the deck actually, so.
I mean, I kind of high rolled the immolation order. If I didn't draw it, the game was over on the spot. So it seems pretty close to me.
Yep.
And with this new mini set, both of you brought new decks. This Druid from Orange, I think you took the list from Jumper, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maladruid is like an archetype that this is the second time Jamboree popularized the deck, and I was on board and did really well with it the first time around. Like it just, I was about to bring Hand Buff Paladin this week, but ended up kind of last minuting to the Jamboree Druid because like the glaring problem I would have against Demon Hunter if I didn't bring Druid, and I thought Druid was at least decent versus Demon Hunter, but maybe I overestimated the matchup. I'm not sure. Either way, so I didn't have a ton of experience. Like I hadn't practiced the Druid deck a ton, but since I had experience with it in the past, I thought that I'd probably fine. I watched Jamboree stream a bunch as well, so picked up a thing or two from that.
Do you think it's a deck that can continue his career on ladder for many months?
I mean, I think so. I mean, but last time Maladruid was around, I think they said like there's an episode on the Vicious Syndicate podcast where they'd like looked into like individual player stats with Maladruid, and they had seen that it was only me and Jamboree that had like a positive win rate with the deck. So I'm always pretty positive for the Maladruid. I think it's a strong deck, but I feel like it should be good. It has some problems, but I think it's pretty great in the tournament meta. But we'll see. I got hopes at least. I really want it to stick around.
Okay, thanks. And while on your side, you're bringing this warrior we were talking about, and this new Quest Shaman, this new version of the Quest Shaman. What do you think about the deck? I guess you had very good results on ladder with it.
Yeah, I think it's it's a pretty good deck in the early meta game when people are still trying out decks. But if people are starting to play Garrote Rogue again, that's like a bad matchup for the deck. And then the decks that counter the Garrote Rogue start popping up again. It's like Quest Shaman is a good deck in a specific meta game. Like all the board centric decks, it does pretty well against those. I mean, according to stats, Aggro Druid is the best deck right now, and Quest Shaman is pretty strong into that deck. So,
Okay.
The reason I brought it was to have a good answer for Aggro Druid in my lineup.
Okay. Thanks.
Interesting.
Rane, do you have further questions?
Yeah, I wanted to ask one thing we talked about. How did you feel Cookie on the Shaman? On not on the games we saw it, but on the test runs. If you made some,
Yeah.
it's an interesting card, but it's still not. I haven't still figured out how good or bad it is.
I haven't really tried it. I just put it in my deck, and after playing a bit with it on ladder, I have to say I don't like it in the deck because it doesn't really advance your game plan, and it's slow. I thought it might carry against Hunter, but it's not even that great against Hunter. So I'm gonna take it out of the deck again. I'm not a big fan of it.
It's such a weird card because like the raw stat line on that card is just like through the roof, so good.
Yeah.
But just a problem that doesn't really synergize with anything you do.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's in Shaman class, so that's the problem you're saying.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
like if you want the healing, you can run Canal Slugger, which is
Yeah.
also it advances your game plan, and it's like even stronger heal, and you can drop it as a threat. I don't know. Cookie felt a bit underwhelming in this deck. I think it's great in other decks, but it doesn't really fit in Quest Shaman, I don't think.
Yeah. You brought it in your deck, but you brought it golden. As
I
well
mean-
as the coin, the green coin from Orange, a golden coin with the golden deck, the golden orange, the golden everything.
rip all my dust.
yeah. You tweeted about this. Okay, Rain, one more? Oh, it's okay.
No, I was gonna ask about the group. How do you both feel? Same question was before, but this group is really packed. I mean, this this win was not even just getting anyone a big distance from the pack, and the odds are like for everyone to take. Besides Nagitano, who is 0-3, then the rest of the group is really into 1 or 2 games away. Do you feel the pressure or having a super tied group?
I mean, I feel like our group is like we have overall just around like all the players are very strong. Like just like we don't have like there's like the group like Jarla, Gabby, Pocket, Alotimo. There's like just like superstars, but I feel like our group has just a consistency in the players that make it like no week feels easier than the other. And then also seeing how it plays out with like everyone being so, I mean, yeah, as you said, packed in the records. I feel like it's gonna be the last few weeks that's coming up now is gonna be very interesting. And like even though I won this and I came at 3-1, I don't feel like I'm particularly safe, but it's still pretty open for everyone, and the matches are bound to be interesting because of the overall player level. So I'm pretty excited to see how it plays out.
I'm pretty optimistic because I think I can only face NA players from here, so easy.
There are 3 rounds left, so everything is still possible. And I have a question I forgot about the coin of wiRer. Did you take the dragon coin because of the DreamHack win?
I'm gonna say yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. I was thinking about that during the games. Okay, guys, thank you for the show, and good luck for the next 3 rounds. We are near from these playoffs, and I hope you'll make it, the two of you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, see you guys. Rane, I'm
See ya.
carrying you back on the other conversation. See you. Okay, so now I'm calling back Rane right now. Okay, he's back, and we have his cam. Okay, my tip works. It's very good. Now you have the cams, you have everything. So if you want more Radio Hearthstone, you can keep keep looking, because this week we have tomorrow 2 more matches. It will be Logic, the French player, versus Furry Hunter. You may know him. The guy from the Max team, you may know that.
The one he danced, right?
This one, dancing in Paris, yes. And we have Regvam, the player from how do you say? It's
Croatia?
Croatia, yes. That's it. Croatia versus Silvos from Ukraine, and Regvam won the Max League 4, and he said that he will win the Max League 5. It was the only one to say it, so we'll see. And
I like that confidence.
Yeah, we have to have players like this. And on Wednesday we have 2 other matches: Rami 94 versus the Greek player Statis V13, and Chrome's French guy versus the Canadian Grandmaster Kaides Luna. And that will be it for this week. Really a big thank you, Rane, for having been here with me. It was a very pleasure to have discussed with you.
Thank you for the invitation. For anyone in the chat that doesn't know me, I'm Latin American GM caster. I also write some stuff over there in social media or some news outlets, so you can find me. I write stuff in English also, so you can find me at Rane TDF on Twitter. And just thank you for having me here. It was some great matches to cast, and I'm happy that the Mr. Smite had some play, and we saw it shine a bit in the first game we casted.
Yeah, it was very involved in this cast, and so Dr. Boom just exploded
Yeah, it's
behind
there.
you. Yeah, it saw too many pirates, too many cannons, and it was very nice. So thank you, and see you tomorrow on the Max TV, and for me it will be on next Monday for round 5. See you.